Bella. Welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. We're going to have a little experimentation today, everyone. I was looking around for some video ideas, and I had tried over my winter break to work on a project that I wanted to try and do, and it just never seemed to work out the way I wanted it to. But I was sitting here looking around my craft room like, what could I make a video on? Wonder what I could do. And I decided to try this again. So this is the book that my friend got me from Japan. It's a crochet book, and it's all in Japanese for the most part. The interesting thing is, like, it says Let's Knit. It's the Let's Knit series, even though it's all crochet items. It's not knitting. But I wanted to make this teardrop shape item, and I had said that I was going to try and do it, and I did try. I probably tried to record it like 6 times, and it never seemed to work out. So we're going to try again because when I was doing the hook review for this Mindful Knits hook, I had said that I wanted to find like an acrylic yarn or something that wasn't a wool, right? Because I had that Woolies Thick and Quick that I was using. And then when I was sitting here, I looked up, and you can't see it in my cabinet, but I have this cotton yarn. And I remember when I got this cotton yarn, I was like, I want to make something for my bathroom. I want to make like dishcloths out of it because it's bulky cotton. So I got it down and I was looking at it, and it is the DMC Natura XL Just Cotton, right? And I've done a yarn review on this, but I thought I have 3 of this color, I have 3 of another color, I have an orange, a red, 2 yellow, and like a cream. So I was like, let's just use this. And I was looking at the ball band, and it says that it needs an 8 to 9 set of knitting needles or a 6 to a 7 crochet hook. And I thought, well, maybe I'll try it with the 9mm hook because I am a tight crocheter. So I want to try to make it with the 9mm hook and see what happens. Now, this pattern is in Japanese. It has a chart. I don't know how to read charts very well. So I tried to translate the Japanese. I'm going to try to follow the chart. I'm not going to show you the chart just because this is a book, and yes, I know it's a Japanese book, but there's still like copyright issues. So I'm going to try and follow the chart because I can't read Japanese, and I think I know how many rounds I'm supposed to do, but we're going to figure it out together, okay? So we're going to try the 9mm hook. If the 9mm hook doesn't work, it says here that you can use a 6 or a 7, oh Lord, millimeter hook, which I have. Let me grab. I have a 7mm hook right over here. And I can just grab it real quick. So if the 9 doesn't work, we'll use the 7. Now, I did also do a hook review on this. This is a Pink Sheet Designs. Oh, what am I stuck on? This is a Pink Sheet Designs 3D printed base hook with just the regular metal tip. So I've done a hook review on that already, but we'll see how it goes, okay? So, are you ready to experiment with me? So, one more time, I'll show you the book. It is this Japanese style book. I am filming this upside down, so I'm just trying to turn the book every which way so that you can see. And I'll show you, let me leave that there so I know There it is. I'll show you what it looks like in the book. Not the chart, but the... Okay, so this is what I want to make. Okay. This teardrop shaped item. And it says that well, you can't see that. So let me see if I can. It tells you down at the bottom, like page 56 is where to go for how to make it. So let's give it a try. Okay, so I'm on page 56. So this is page 56 right here. Right here, this is page 56. It's pattern 27, but the chart is down here. So I'm not showing you that part. And there's a chart that looks like it tells me the number of rounds, but we'll see. I'm trying, but I thought this might be a neat video. I did tell you guys that I wanted to do this with you all, so I thought, I don't really have any video ideas. I have some things that are pre-recorded, but I don't want to give you the same exact thing every single week until I have new ideas. So I thought, let me just do this with you all. Okay, so... And if you want to follow along, you're welcome to follow along. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I'm going to try to get it done. So you make a magic circle. And let's see if we can do it with a 9mm hook. Okay, and then we're supposed to do... I think 6 single crochet. So we're just going to chain 1 to lock that in. And then let's try it this way. I am very slow holding it this way, so we'll see how this works. I may take it out if I don't like how it looks, so just be prepared for that. 2, 3. Why did I wrap it? It's a single crochet. 4. I need more yarn. 5. 6. Alright, let's pull that tight and see how that looks. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you think that looks maybe too big? I don't know. Are those all single crochets? I don't know. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What do you think? I don't know. Alright, let's see how this goes next round. So I'm trying to get it in there, you guys. There we go. And then I think the way it looks, so we're going to slip stitch, and then we do 2 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, I think. I think that's what it means. I don't know if I like that. That looks really, really big. So do you see how that looks? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to take it out and see what it looks like in the 7mm. It's not that there's anything wrong with the hook necessarily. I just don't know that I like the how big that was. Okay, so let's try this size. Chain 1 to lock it in, and then 6 single crochet. 1, don't wrap it, Christina. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Already that feels neater. Already that feels neater. Let's see. Yeah, well, not that. I like that better. I like the way that looks better. Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Again with my tight stitches here. Let's see if we can get in between there. Okay, and then I just chained 1, and then let's see if we can 2 single crochet in each one. It's not as big. I like that better. So I think I'm gonna stick with the 7mm. Okay, so 2 crochet, 2 single crochet in each one, all the way around. We should have 12 stitches when we're finished. If this video sees the light of day, then I'm somewhat happy with it. I just figured it would be a neat experiment to do along with you guys, because charts are not something I am good at, but I'm even worse at Japanese, so I thought we could try this together. Okay. I think this should be it, and then we'll count. Or maybe not, I don't know. I might have a little bit more to go. Maybe 2 more, but we'll count here and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I'm done. Okay, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, alright, my count was good. And then slip stitch again. Nope, I missed something. I went through something I wasn't supposed to, or did something wrong. There we go. I'm going to tighten that up just a little bit. Make that smaller. Then go into this. And slip stitch. Chain 1. Now, I think at this point we're supposed to do 1 single crochet and then an increase. I think. 1 single crochet and increase. And I think we're supposed to end up with 18 stitches. These hooks are just not my friend, are they? But I can definitely see where if you needed a bigger hook, or if you needed something ergonomic like this, it is good on my hands. Just not something I'm used to in the way that I'm holding it. So, okay. Okay. I need more yarn. Now, I know that this is not going to be perfect because I'm not using hooks that I normally use, and I am reading a pattern in a completely different language. But I think we're supposed to end up with 18 stitches, so we'll count when we get to this one and see what we have. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. Now, I mean, it seems pretty intuitive, but I just want to make sure that I am doing it according to the pattern so I get the shape that we're supposed to get. This is supposed to be, I think we chain 1, and I think it's then 2 single crochet and an increase, because you're supposed to end up with 24. Okay, so I'm gonna spool out some more yarn here and see what we come up with. So 2 single crochet and then increase. We should end up with 24 stitches. So today in my world, it is Saturday. I am going to put this up on Monday. And I've had a pretty good day so far. It is the afternoon for me. I did have a busy morning. I went to a cooking class to learn how to make gnocchi, which is potato pasta. And I've eaten it a lot before, but it's always nice to learn how they make it in different regions of the world, because I have a friend who, when I told her about this class, she was saying that her parents were Hungarian, or they are Hungarian, they're still alive, but they made that as well. They didn't call it gnocchi, they called it something else, but she was like, I hope that you enjoy it, and I've had enough of that to last me a lifetime. I don't want any more of that ever. And when we were learning how to make it, the gentleman that was teaching us did say that it was more of a northern Italian dish. So I do remember my grandmother and my bisnonna, my dad's mom, they would make it a lot. So I've made lots of fresh pasta in my life. I've helped make lots of fresh pasta in my life. And it was a nice class. We learned a lot of different tips. So when you're reading a recipe, they did give us recipes for things, but when you're reading a recipe, you don't always get the information that you would when you are learning it from someone. So it was nice to get the information from him as he shared things that his family did making these things, and the ways that his mom and grandmother and that would add this, that, or the other. And it was an interesting morning. So we should have 24 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Sorry, I was counting out loud and then I realized that some of you may also be counting, and I don't want to mess you all up. Okay, so now that was round 4. And then we chain. And then it looks like we do 4 rounds of just 24 single crochet. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'll start round 5 with you, but I'm going to pause the video and do 5 through 9 and then come back and do the next step. Because if I'm trying to do this all on camera, this is going to be a really, really long video, which I know that some of you like, but it's just single crochet, 4 rounds of single crochet all the way around. So I am going to pause the video, and then when I come back, I'll have that done and I will tell you more about my cooking class. Okay? So I will be back momentarily. Okay, I'm back. I think, you guys, it's working out. I think it's doing pretty good. I might, when I get closer to being finished, turn it inside out or right side out, just because this, I know the seam looks a little more bumpy there. It's a little bit cleaner on this end, but this, I don't know. Anytime I make a bowl or something like that, it has this kind of structure, I always end up turning it this way. So I've always done it that way. I don't know why. It just looks nicer to me. But maybe this is the right way for the crochet. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Okay, so we've done 5 through 9. Now we're on round 10. And it appears that we start to decrease. Maybe? The numbers say that we start to decrease, but again, I don't know how to read charts very well, so I'm simply guessing at this point. Let's see. It also gives me measurements. It says it's supposed to be a certain width. So let's pull this out and see. It gives it to me in centimeters. Oh, okay. Maybe mine is, I don't know. I think mine may be a little bit bigger because it says it's supposed to be 18 centimeters around, but mine looks like it's about 20, which is odd because usually my things are smaller. Let me get it up here. Oh, more than 20, okay. More than 20. Looks like 25. Well, if it was all in the same spot, Christina. Okay, now. I mean, that's about 25, but it stops here, like 22 and a half. But this part to me doesn't seem to count. I don't know if I just, that goes to 25. Yeah, that goes to 25. But okay, sure. Not used to my stuff being bigger than what the recommended thing says. Okay, so the numbers say we start to decrease. And it looks like we decrease and then single crochet 2. Decrease and single crochet 2. Now I'm a little worried because I might have read this wrong, because I don't know what some of these things mean. So maybe we were supposed to double crochet somewhere, and I don't know. But we're going to see what this works up as, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we decrease 1, and then single crochet 2. So decrease, and then single crochet 2. I had to take a little break because I am very, very cold down here, and I got some tea. I had some rooibos tea. It's actually tea that was given to me in my Happy Mo Advent, not 2025, but 2024. I got a huge bag of rooibos tea from Christine at Christina's Crocheting. So I'm still working on that, Christine, if you ever watch this video. But I am, so I decrease here. I had to have something to get me warm, and it's too late to have coffee. Alright, so in the cooking class, because I told you guys I would tell you more about that, we made the gnocchi, but we also made, or were shown how to make, this orange salad, which I'm not ever going to make, but it was nice to know. And then lemon meatballs, which were interesting. So you took the, I'm going to just get some tea here. We took the lemon leaves from the tree, and then we made the meatballs just like you would normally make meatballs, with egg and bread. But instead of breadcrumbs, they used day-old bread and took the crust off. It soaked the bread in water. And then they added lemon juice and lemon zest. And then a little bit of salt, pepper, parsley, basil, I think. And we also had eggplant, breaded eggplant, and then we had cauliflower patties, and they showed us the difference between two different kinds of eggplant. One is like it's called, I want to say violetta or viola, but it's a more purple skinned eggplant, whereas the eggplant, or aubergine, as some of you may say, depending on who's watching, um, is more black in the skin of the plant. And that one's a little bit more bitter. So, from what the gentleman said, the more rounded eggplant, not the oblong one, so the more purple one, is usually found more in southern Italy, more of a Sicilian type situation. And the other one is obviously found all over. Not to say that they don't have it in other parts of the world, but he said it's not as much of a northern Italy find as it is a southern Italy find. But it is sweeter, it's more mild. So the one that is what they call the black eggplant is more bitter, so you have to soak it in like salt water before you cook it. And then we also had zucchini with salted ricotta, a ricotta, and I could have eaten just that. And then they made bruschetta again with day-old bread, and they sliced it and then cut it in half and toasted it. And then we cut up tomatoes, green onions, basil, and then added a little tiny bit of garlic, salt and pepper, olive oil, and they kept the bread and the mixture apart, and they said you could just make it as you wanted. And then they had two different kinds of pizza, and they were talking about the different kinds of dough, so we should have 18 stitches at this point. 1, 3. Okay, we are at 18. And he was talking about how the gnocchi is made with the white flour, but the pizza is usually made with semolina. And he said you can make the gnocchi with semolina, but it would be really dense and heavy. So now it looks like we're supposed to do 2 rounds of just 18 stitches. So 11 and 12 are just 18 stitches around. So we'll do that here. And what else did we do? So we cut up, one of them was like, kind of like a Biancaneve pizza, but Biancaneve is done with mozzarella. And this was with the pecorino, so it's sheep's milk cheese, but with black peppercorn in it. Oh, so delicious. And then a little bit of mozzarella and olive oil. And then the other pizza was with tomato sauce, Parmesan, mozzarella, and I think that's it. And to serve it, they would cut the pizza into squares with scissors, which was interesting. And they don't roll out their pizza dough, so they just stretch it like you would see at a pizzeria. Because they said that if you roll it out with the rolling pin, that flattens it and the dough won't be as fluffy. Which I could see that. But I've only ever used, I've never made my own pizza dough. Because you have to wait and let it rise and sit and all those things, and I just don't have that kind of patience. So that was round 11, and then we do another round. So we slip stitch, chain 1, and do another round of single crochet. And then what else did we have? Of the cauliflower patties, they just took cauliflower and boiled it for a little while, and then they said don't use the like blender or mixer. You just kind of mash it and add egg and seasonings, and you don't even need to like bread them. They said you can if you want, but you don't need to. We did do the bigger purple eggplant. They did like mix it with egg and the breadcrumbs with Parmesan cheese and so forth and so on. And then we had, it was so much food. I didn't even eat it all. I brought some of it home just because there was no way I could eat it all. And I mean, it wasn't like there were huge portions, and there were probably 15 people there, but I couldn't eat it all. I wanted to so desperately, but I could not manage. Let's see, what did we do with the with the orange salad? They sliced the oranges, some onion, and a little bit of I don't remember. I wasn't gonna eat it. I wasn't allergic to those oranges, but I wasn't gonna eat it just to be safe. So I just stayed away from it, to be honest. One more. 18. Okay, and now, I don't know, does that look like a teardrop shape to you all? I really feel like I might have messed it up somewhere. Because I don't know, the T's don't look the same all the way across. So some of them look like there's another slash on them, so that makes me feel like it should have been a double crochet. But I don't know. Okay, and then after those 2 rounds, it looks like we decrease again to get 12 stitches, but you start with the single crochet and then decrease. So single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease. I don't know. We could end up with just a round something or another. I really don't know. Like I said, this is an experiment because I am not good at, and I didn't research what the stitches were either. I did not. Maybe I could have, but I didn't. Chain 1, and then we single crochet, and then decrease, but I need more yarn. And if this doesn't work out, I can always pull it all out and start over. I don't know, but we'll see what happens. So single crochet, decrease, okay. And I know last time I did the decrease, I wrapped around, but then that felt like a half double crochet and not a decrease. So it's like maybe I shouldn't do that again. Don't do that again. Let me know if you know what that's from. Yeah, this hook makes it feel really awkward. but it's just because, like I said, this whole back end of the hook I'm not using. But if I hold it like this, then I do use it, but I'm not used to using my hook like that. So it feels off. And so then we should have 12 after this. We'll see. It's getting harder to do. This would probably be the point where if you wanted to turn it inside out or right side out or whatever, turn it the other way, you might want to do it now. I'll probably make life difficult for myself and do it. See, this feels wrong. This doesn't feel like, or that could work too. Good thing it didn't break. It feels like it's not a teardrop shape. I mean, it kind of seems like one, but it doesn't look like the pattern. I don't know. Okay. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. I really do. Okay, so now 2 rounds of just single crochet, but let me make sure I have 12. 1, 2. Yes, I have 12. Okay. So there we go. All right. And the class started at 9:30 in the morning, which was a little rough, I'm not gonna lie, but I was up because just before 6 a.m., apparently, off the coast of Calabria, or in a town in the Calabria region, there was an earthquake, which we felt all the way here in Sicily. And I mean, everything's fine. I wouldn't be here calmly making a tutorial if everything wasn't fine. But it woke me up, and the cat was going a little bananas. And my daughter, of course, did not wake up, which probably good. A few things fell off the walls, and then I was just up because I don't know about you, but once your whole house is shaking, it's kind of hard to go back to sleep. So I did some reading, and I didn't do any crocheting because I didn't like turn my light on or anything, but I did a little bit of reading on my Kindle. Okay, so I should have 12. Let's see. Yes, so one more round of 12 single crochet. I mean, I guess maybe it looks a little bit more like a, I don't know, I still feel like I'm doing it wrong. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink of my tea. Good stuff. Alright, so this is one more round of the 12. If you've ever made a teardrop shaped anything, let me know if you think I'm doing it wrong. Am I missing something? Sorry, I was just trying to get my yarn to go the right way. This might be really nice, honestly. I would have to do it, I would have to put it in before before I started decreasing. But I like to use like shampoo and conditioner bars instead of the bottles, because there's a lot of water in the shampoo. Like, you're paying for a lot of water, basically. Whereas if you get like the concentrated shampoo and conditioner bars, you're not paying as much for water, and they last a lot longer, at least for me. I also don't use like liquid detergent. I know I've talked about this before. I get like the dryer, they kind of look like dryer sheets, but they're like soap sheets. But this might be good in the bathroom to put the shampoo bar in. I don't know. We shall see. Yep, that's been my day so far. And then I came home and my daughter was here. She didn't want to go to the cooking class. And then I gave her the rest of my food. But she didn't eat all of it. She didn't really care for gnocchi much. Okay, so that's 12. But she did eat some of the other food, which is fine. Okay, so now it looks like we decrease again to 6. So we decrease to 6 now. So I don't know. If I was going to turn this, I would have done it. I should have done it before I hit when I was at the 12. But I don't even know if I like it at this point. What do you guys think? Does it look like a teardrop? Is it focusing? Okay, I'm going to keep going. And then we'll see what we think. I split that yarn. I split it. Okay, so then on this one, we just decrease every 2 stitches, because we have to do 6 decreases, because we have to end up with 6 stitches. Okay, so we just decrease all the way around. And I am very proud of myself for this. I have not used a stitch marker once in this whole thing. So I almost missed that one, didn't I? Decrease. I need more yarn. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh my. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, I said I was really proud of myself that I hadn't used stitch markers, and now it's like, maybe I should have used stitch markers on this one. Spoke too soon, Christina. Okay. So that should be, that should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, okay. So then slip stitch, chain 1, and then 6 single crochet all the way around. Slip stitch, chain 1, back into that stitch. I think that's one of the harder parts here, is I have to get back into that stitch. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. I think, no. 1, 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. 5. Why won't it go through there? 5, 6. Okay. Now, let's go back through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, that seems really far away. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, if you say so. See, that seems really far away. But that's 1, 2, 3. It looks like I have 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that seems like, I don't know what I did. Hold on. Let me undo this. Okay, so this is 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so it should go here. Okay, and then, don't get that, slip stitch, chain 1, and then we decrease to 3, is what it looks like. Okay, what do you guys think? Does that look like a teardrop? I don't know. And see, then look at this, you have these bumps with all the decreases. Maybe you're supposed to, I don't know. One, decrease. At this point, I would almost want to switch to a smaller hook so I can see what I'm doing. 2, decrease. 3, decrease. And then we slip stitch, so we're supposed to slip stitch, and then it says to make the loop, and again I'm just reading the chart here, it says to I don't like that, it's not tight enough. It says to chain 12 and tighten it back down. But what I would do is chain 12 and then slip stitch back over. So I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I would put it in here. Ow, just kidding. Maybe not. So let's slip stitch it here. Oh, my hat. Take that out. And go right here is where I want to be, please and thank you. And then I would slip stitch my way back around. Alright, so if we turn it, like to go into these bumps, which is going to be a little bit more awkward, but I think it would make it a firmer loop. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, you could tie it off and be done at that point, but I'm going to go back through and slip stitch into these bumps here. Just to make the loop a little stronger. I mean, you could single crochet, you could do whatever you like. The pattern does not say to do this part. I'm doing it because if I'm using this, right, I want to make sure that it's going to hold on a hook in the bathroom. So even if I use this for my face, right, even if this is the only thing I used it for, I want it to be a stronger loop, just so it would be more durable. And I could have absolutely gone into one of the stitches or the top loop or the whatever, but I like going through the back bump. That's just my preference. And then just slip stitch back into somewhere. I don't know. Maybe here. Okay. And then you could tie it off like that. So now I'm going to get the book and get the book and show you the pattern. So I don't think it's exactly, well, not the chart, but I don't think it's exactly the same. So if you look at mine and you look at this one, it doesn't feel like it's exactly the same. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe I'm just too hard on myself. But let me see if it shows, because I didn't look at the beginning or the end or anything to see if it showed the stitches themselves in a chart. Alright, I'm trying to get this page because this little cover wants to keep coming off. Okay, so it doesn't show it there. Does it show it back here? Okay. Yeah, see, I think I did it wrong because I did do it wrong. No! Okay, so on the pattern, I have stitches that look like this, and this looks like a single crochet. But then there are stitches that look like this and this, which to me this is like a half double is what it looks like, and then this is a double. So those are on this thing, and I didn't look at it beforehand, you guys. I didn't look at it at all because it's supposed to be, I mean, I'm fine with it. It does look like a teardrop, but it doesn't look like the thing says it's supposed to. So because it's supposed to be, I mean, it's 14 centimeters, which is what it says. That's all, folks. Which is what it says it's supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? Did you make this with me? Did you experiment with me? Did you know how to make one of these already? um, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's too far off, but it definitely doesn't look exactly the same to me. It looked off, and now I know why. I should have looked at this, but I wanted to see if I could do it. And I don't know anything about the stitches. So, ta-da! But it would just make it a little bit longer, it looks like more oblong shape. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll take it out and redo it. Or maybe I'll leave this one because I still have this much yarn left. So maybe I'll redo it and just have two. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Should I undo this and try to follow the actual stitch pattern? Or should I just make a second one? What do you think? I don't know. But I would call it a semi-success. There we are. I hope that you enjoyed it. I would love to see if you made this along with me. I would love to see what yours look like. You can put it in my community. If you are a part of my Facebook group, you can put it there. If you're not a part of my Facebook group and you would like to be a part of my Facebook group, it is linked in the description box below. And let me know what you think. Should I undo this and remake it, or should I just make a second one? And until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella!